All right, so it's been quite a long time since we had a last battle report, and this is going to be a good one. This is an apocalypse battle between a desperate alliance of Aldari and Drukari trying to stem the tide of this reawakening Soltec dynasty crawling out of its dormancy, this tomb world reviving. They're fighting this desperate battle on the previously Imperium Forge world of Drexler. There are no Imperial subjects left alive, and the Eldari Farseer, responsible for cobbling this alliance together, brought the forces out of the webway just as the last human was exterminated. So joining me today in this battle, leading the Sotek dynasty, Pharaon Amanda. Hello.
Hello.
Yeah. We'll be playing the Necron, so we've just deployed. The points are as follows. There's 6 objectives, 1 point for each objective, 1 point for Slay the War Master, and there's 1 point for each Titanic kill. So Sotek Dynasty has 1 Titan unit that if I kill that, I'll get 1 point. The Eldari Drukari have 2 Titan units. That's 1 point that is open. And there's another point here that Amanda could score if she kills those units there. So again, the points are 1 point for objective, 1 point for Slay the War Master, and 1 point for Titanic kill. So we rolled and we determined that the Alliance will go first, and we're playing to uncertain end. So at the end of turn 5, we're going to roll a dice. On a roll of 1 or 2, the game will end. At the end of turn 6, the game will end on a roll of 1, 2, or 3, and the game automatically ends at the end of turn 7. So let's see what happens. So this is the end of the Aldari Drukari turn 1. It's been extremely eventful. These units here have pushed up. Disappointingly, the Razorwing jet fighters targeted this one Doom Scythe and only took off 1 wound from it. But at the left side of the Alliance's flank, all the firepower, especially from the Wraiths and the Ravagers, managed to eliminate the Tesseract Vault. And it did explode, and it managed to take out some Necron warriors. It wounded the Transcendent Catan. It took out a Canoptic Spider and damaged a Canoptic Spider. So this is where we are now. And now it's going to begin the Sotek Dynasty turn 1. We rolled for Imhotep's regeneration, and he's already regenerated back to full. So this is the situation at the end of Alliance turn 1. Upcoming is Sotek Dynasty turn 1. So this is the end of Sotek Dynasty turn 1. And they have generally advanced. The Canoptic Wraiths have advanced into the Razorwing jet fighters, and mercifully have spared, although this one is down to 2 wounds, this one down to 7 wounds, and this one also down to 2 wounds. So you can see that they're engaged there. As we go through the battlefield, the Doom Scythe here projected a lot of firepower into this Wraith Knight, who is down to 10 wounds, and the other Wraith Knight is down to 21 wounds. There's been a general Annihilation Barge movement into the center here. Canoptic Wraiths have moved from the backfield and they're veering into the center. And Doom Scythe is here, and it's put wounds onto this platform. And this Ravager is down to, it's been nicked from 10 wounds down to 9 wounds. So this is the end, and this is what the battlefield looks like at the end of turn 1. So it's going to be Alliance starting turn 2 now. This is the end of Alliance turn 2. And the Venoms have backed off and fired quite a lot into these Canoptic Wraiths, whittling them down to half. The Wraith Knights that have been guided but not fortuned, so they're slightly less resilient, have destroyed a Doom Scythe here and a Doom Scythe here. The Venom that was on the platform has shuffled along here. The Wave Serpents have not moved all game, and they've been providing long-range fire down the board. The Snipers have been trying to target the Transcendent Catan, doing nothing. Very, very dramatic and interesting occurrence just passed where the this Wraith Knight, it actually made a 6-inch charge into this Transcendent Catan, was able to actually defeat this Transcendent Catan in melee combat. It did explode, but a stratagem was played that allowed it to recoalesce on a 4-up, and then it was repositioned over there with 1 wound remaining. And the Sotek Dynasty still has 7 command points. So this is the situation as it stands now. Also, there was a lot of kind of a smattering of ineffective fire from the Razorwing Jet Fighters into units on the board. So again, this is where it stands right now, and I still do have my 15 Scourges in reserve. So it is now Necron turn 2. So that was the end of Sotek Dynasty Necron's turn 2. We're moving into turn 3 of the Alliance, and this is the situation as it is. So Razorwing Jet Fighters, these Canoptic Greats tore a Razorwing Jet Fighter right out of the sky after one was killed from Overwatch fire by a Dark Lance. These guys here had actually shot first into another Razorwing Jet Fighter, causing it to explode, which caused some wounding here. Over here, the Canoptic Wraiths have just rampaged across from their starting deployment zone to this unfortunate Archon. And the Archon is holding them off for now. Over here, the Transcendent Catan had his last stand and engaged the Wraith Knight. He didn't explode though. And over here, the Doom Scythe has put down firepower on the Ravagers as well as the Wave Serpent, which is down to 6 wounds. And the Wave Serpent is besieged by 5 Canoptic Wraiths. Necron warriors have come down from their positions here as well as there. So it is now Alliance turn 3. Okay, so this was the end of Alliance turn 3. The Canoptic Wraiths were blasted by an incredible amount of firepower over here. These Canoptic Wraiths also, after the Archon fell back, were killed. There's an incredible amount of firepower which cleared out the Eldari deployment zone from Necron threats. And the Wraith Knights are strong in the center. Doom Scythe was eliminated here. And again, these are the remainders of the Necron forces. So Imhotep is still commanding from his bastion behind the Imperial Cathedral. And we're going to begin now Necron's turn 3. That was the end of Necron's turn 3. So Necron warriors from over there fired into this Venom here, didn't damage it. This Archon again over here continues to frustrate this Annihilation Barge. He has a 2-up invulnerable save. So I spent some command points through the game to keep this invulnerable save, because once he fails that invulnerable save, he'll revert to a 5-up save. Over here, firing from these warriors and this Annihilation Barge, and also Imhotep behind the wall in the cathedral did 1 wound to this Wraith Knight over there. And these guys here, though, took out this Razorwing Jet Fighter with an incredible salvo. That brought it down this turn. So that is the end of Necron's turn 3. We are now at Alliance turn 4. Okay, so the game has been called. This is the battlefield as it stands now. If we had continued, it would have been absolutely merciless and unsportsmanlike. So we'll call the game here as it stands. There is, you can see, not many Necron units left. So one thing to keep in mind is that my dice were very, very hot all throughout the game, very hot. And Amanda's was extremely, extremely, extremely poor. I mean, I really can't explain, and I have rarely seen such poor dice rolling, which does contribute, of course, in such a game. So we'll call it here. It will be today a very lucky Alliance victory. So that's it.
Good game.
Good game.